In most of Europe, squirrel is served as chicken or pork would be served at restaurants all across America. So squirrel's not weird. And according to Simon Birch, he thinks that squirrel burgers are going to be the next superfood of America. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's be honest. How many of us like the idea of shooting those pesky little varmints that sit up in trees and throw nuts at you all day? Okay, girls, you see all those hands? You want to impress a guy? Listen to my speech about squirrel. There's 3 actual main steps of squirrel hunting. First is the actual hunting of the squirrel, finding it, killing it. The second is cleaning the squirrel. You gotta deal with it after you kill it. And the third is cooking it, which is kind of the best part. There's a few different ways to actually find the squirrel and kill it. One is by using a dog, but this isn't very common because not many people want to dedicate all their time and money to training a dog just for squirrels. Another method is using a squirrel call. This is pretty fun because if you go out early in the morning, you'll hear them barking, and you can use your squirrel call thing to kind of communicate with them, and then you can find out where they are by hearing them. And then once you pinpoint their location, just go over, sit on a log or something, and just wait till you get a good shot at it, and enjoy God's creation of being in the woods. It's always fun. There are different weapons you can use to kill a squirrel. My personal favorite is throwing a knife at it. I don't know, but it's always fun. Another way is just use a high-powered BB gun. That's my second weapon. Third is using a .22, but those bullets travel like a mile and a half, so you can't really be safe with those. And then you can use a 410 bore shotgun, which is basically like a mini shotgun. 20 gauge shotgun, which is right between a 410 and 12. And then the last one is a 12 gauge, but if you use a 12 gauge shotgun, that's like overkill. I mean, you'll kill it, but like you won't be able to eat it because there's so many BBs in it. So that kind of ties into the next part, which is cleaning the squirrel. So don't use a 12 gauge because when you go to clean it, you won't be able to because I'm not going to graphic detail. The best way to clean a squirrel is to, thank you for your illustration, skin the entire squirrel except for the head. You don't need to mess with the head. You get all the fur off, and then once you get the fur off, you just have the skin and meat laying there. So, I know. Don't worry, you're going to impress guys. And so then you just cut off the arms and the legs. And once you've cut off the arms and the legs, you have to soak it in salt water because that'll get all the game taste out of it. It makes it taste better too. It makes it softer. And then this ties into actual cooking it because after it's soaked in salt water for at least 12 hours, it's now time to cook it. According to Kenneth Tier at baygourmet@hotmail.com. It's on the card, so it's official. She says that the best way to cook a squirrel is to grill it over a charcoal fire with a brushing of butter or good quality olive oil, with a few good sprigs of aromatic herbs to enhance their natural fragrance and delicacy. Again, this is the superfood of America for the future. Okay, the best method that I can tell you about cooking a squirrel, you let it soak in the salt water. You slap it on the grill, throw a whole bunch of salt and pepper on it, and then you get Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. It has to be Sweet Baby Ray's if you know what I'm talking about. Lather it all over. Make sure it's cooked all the way, take it off, and according to Andrew Jones of the Liberty University soccer team, this method makes it taste like a Vito's barbecue. And really with the right amount of seasoning, any meat is going to taste good, so that's all just what you prefer. Squirrels are fun to hunt, easy to clean, and very easy to cook well. So the 3 main points of squirrel hunting are the actual hunting of the squirrel, cleaning the squirrel, and then grilling the squirrel with salt, pepper, and
Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yes! Sweet.